Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gianluca and today I want to show you a bunch of bass tone perfect for hip hop and rap. The first sound is this fake 808, but what is 808? Originally it was a drum machine by Roland, the TR-808. But in today's era we refer to 808 as this sound, which is the kick sample, and by resampling it and retuning it, we use it as a percussive bass line, okay? So we need low S notes, an octave below the verb, as we like to say here in Italy, and saturation to make it pop. Let's start dry, which is my Yamaha BB434 with my address FX unit with an emulation of MPEG Partiflex. Unfortunately, just a simulation, and it sounds like this. And then we need octave. For this kind of sound, the best one is the OC2, in my opinion, because it has this really nice sub-bass vibe that I really dig, but everything based on that or other type of octaver will work fine, don't be afraid. If you want to get even more sub-bass, play with the tone completely down. This is completely off, again. Be careful, use your headphone or you won't be able to hear shit, okay? And this is with the tone completely open. Which sounds like when you slow down a track on a DAW, okay? And now to gain all that harmonic content that we lost, we need some saturation. Overdrive, distortion, fuzz will be perfect. I'm a fuzz guy, so I'm gonna use an emulation of a Big Muff, and it sounds like this. Without again. It makes you want to club, okay? Fuzz. We are not aiming for bone crash distortion at the moment, okay? We just need that level of distortion and saturation to make the sound pop. And now a touch of chorus to add that resampled synth vibe. Without again. With. After the fuzz, sorry. And now for a live purpose, because the MC wanted a more of a rock band behind him and a rock arrangement to the studio version of the song, I need a more distorted version of this 808 that sounds like this. And I'm just adding in parallel to the previous patch a more fuzzy and bright track. Line. Nothing more than that, okay? Funky, in my opinion, is a word that means nothing and everything at the same time, like we used to say here in Italy, because we have bass tone like funky, we have funky bass tone like Victor Wooten, like this. I remember watching this video back in 2010 when YouTube came here in Italy for the first time, and it is amazing. By the way, his tone is really full of frequency, really earthy, natural. But then we have super sculpted, big lows and big highs tone like Marcus Miller. What I need is a fat, dry, punchy bass tone that builds the foundation for the band. That sounds like this. Here I'm trying to use a studio technique for making a live sound, let's say. I'm splitting the signal in two, one for the low mids, and one for the high mids and the highs. The low mids sounds like this. And now the high mids, high section, okay? Amped for both line. For warmth and low end I'm using the Portaflex, and for the high mid section I'm using an SPT, so I have a slightly saturated bass tone. And I treat them differently. For the lows I'm hyper compressing it, so I have a super fat foundation that sounds again like this. And then I'm saturating and slightly compressing the high frequency. They sound like this. And together again they sound like this. And why that? Because I have a super compressed low end that really locks in with the drums and gives the foundation for the band, and this bright saturated sound on top of that blend perfectly well with guitars. It sounds complicated, but in reality it is not. I have almost the same sound for the super distorted 808, okay, the second one that I show you, which is this. Okay, and at the end of the patch, okay, a tremolo. Nothing more than that. The tremolo is set with 100% depth, so it works like an on and an off switch, okay, with a square wave type of tremolo. So it is an art on, art off. Let's make it slower so you can hear better. And then if you want to get fancy, you can add a little bit of delay to give it more movement, let's say. Be careful when you use delay, stereo delay with bass. You don't want to have low frequency jumping around the mix. Cut everything below 500, okay? And leave all the highs. You hear it is super bright. Let's call it a day, Fjoil. I hope that you find that interesting, inspiring and useful if you are in the same situation as myself. My name again is Gianluca. I'm a guitar player that plays bass sometimes and every week I explore sounds and boundaries of music here on YouTube. So if you like this kind of shit, subscribe to the channel, you have no excuse, and consider to follow all the link to my social media, especially the one called Tip, when you can donate $1, $2, $1 million for helping the channel. But if you cannot donate, because let's be clear, times are tough for everybody, just enjoy the content. That really helps a lot. And until next time, remember, you're lucky, my man.